Hello and welcome to Smitty's. I am a wood cutting fanatic who loves to run a chainsaw. I run alcohol chainsaws, ported chainsaws, I race chainsaws, and I even run the occasional vintage. Now remember, I cannot do this without you. You're everything to the channel, so please remember, subscribe, give that thumbs up, leave that comment. Today, we are going to have a lot of fun. Well, I've been working at the wood pile. And, I got some wood here I need to cut, so we're going to fire up one of the saws that were requested on that short video. I made a little short video saying, hey, what saw do you want to see? And this is one of the ones that was selected, so today we're going to run it. Don't have a whole lot of wood left. Here, let me show you. So as you can see, I got a little bit there to cut. A little bit there to cut, just little bits and pieces here and there left to cut up. Here's one, but I'm saving a couple for the event. Like this guy on the bottom is going to save for my event. The one there with no bar is going to get saved, and I'm probably going to save the big one for the event for any of the big saws to cut cookies on. You know what I mean? There's another big one behind it I might save too. So yeah. Otherwise, we are getting down to the wire. And here is the saw we're going to run today. The Poulan CounterVibe 3400, built by Dub Saw Shop. That's TW. Anytime you hear me talking about TW, this is the gentleman right here. He ordered her up for us, and it's been sitting on the shelf for a long time. It's kind of a shelf queen. So you requested it. We're going to run it. Here we go. Now, these saws weren't known to be the best. They were slow and all that stuff. So, he did what he could with it. You know what I mean? It's not a high performance saw, but it definitely runs better than stock. You know what I mean? So we're going to give it a run. I have no idea what this condition of this chain is in. I know it's a semi-chisel with some safety features. So, yeah. We'll see how she does, and we're going to cut up some of this wood. Alrighty, let's get her going. So there we go. She runs pretty good, doesn't she? The chain's a bit on the hungry side. Got a little chatter going on, even for a semi-chisel. You know what I mean? Breaker's probably just a little deep, but she pulled it anyway. I really like the sound of this saw. It's got that low end thump, but it's not real super loud. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that whenever you run saws, you really you kind of get a feeling, or you kind of recognize different saws by their sounds. Like a 372, you can hear a 372 a mile away. They got this very distinctive sound to them, you know what I mean? And this one, it's got this nice low end thump to it, and it's not loud, you know? It's a very pleasant saw to run, very pleasant. It oils like mad. It just pushes so much oil out, it's kind of funny. Now, if you saw the kind of seesaw motion almost on the noodle cut, it wasn't really a seesaw. I was pulling it in and pulling it out and back and forth. What it was is the clutch cover has issues clearing the chips with noodles. It was plugging up on me. So that's one of the things you can do to help prevent that issue from happening. You just kind of pull the saw out, clear the chips, go in deeper, pull it out to clear the chips, go in deeper, pull it out to clear the chips. If you do that, you don't plug up your clutch cover as bad. And this one was getting plugged up pretty bad. So that's why I did that. See, when the clutch cover plugs up like that, you lose power. It robs a lot of your torque because the chips are just getting clogged up in there, and they're getting pulled back through the chain back out the wrong way. And what's happening is they're actually getting in between the drive length and the groove in the bar, and it makes everything super tight, and it robs you of a lot of torque. So if you are ever in this situation and you need to you're having issues with clearing your chips, that's one technique you can do to help with it. But a lot of times, like a simple little modification on the clutch cover to help let those chips get out is all you need. It's usually just a little bit of time with a grinder or hacksaw or something. You just open up a little notch in the clutch cover, and a lot of times that opens them right up enough to where you don't have that issue. But anyway, saw, it runs fantastic. I know these things are turds, right out of the box or whatever, and this one, it's right up there. It's probably performing every bit as good as any factory saw you can buy nowadays, except it probably has more torque. This thing has a whole lot of torque. That's one of the first things you notice about it whenever you run it, is how much torque it has. But I bet you the performance level, RPM, and all that stuff, it's probably up there with a lot of your modern out-of-the-box saws that you can pick up that are quite cheap. You can get more expensive ones that perform better than this, sure, but there's a lot of them out there that probably perform right around this same level. So you did a good job at getting it up to a little bit more of today's standards as far as what saws go to. There isn't a single issue with that saw. Tunes perfectly, everything on it functions perfectly. There ain't nothing, except one thing, I guess you could say. The starter needs a little lube. I forgot about that, but a little WD-40 in that starter will clean right up. But anyway, hey, I hope you enjoyed this one. This is one of the saws that were requested on that video, that little short video I did, and we brought it up. We took it for a run. If you're interested, you can go back and watch it. It's just a short is all it is, and you watch that short and you say, hey, I want to see a saw or a particular saw off that list, then hey, we'll work it getting a video together for you. Alrighty, so hey, I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.